Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Sky Sports reporter, Liverpool, in talks over deal for £15 million midfielder. Liverpool's Tyler Morton drawing strong interest as Lyon talks advance. Liverpool are engaged in negotiations with League One side Lyon regarding a potential £15 million transfer of 22-year-old midfielder Tyler Morton, according to an update from Sky Sports journalist Mark McAdam. Morton, who has been the subject of multiple inquiries this summer, is now firmly on the radar of the French club. McAdam revealed on social media that Liverpool are in talks with Lyon over a possible deal for midfielder Tyler Morton. The 22-year-old has been the subject of a number of inquiries this summer from clubs. Braga, Ipswich, Strasbourg and West Ham have all expressed an interest. Deal could be worth around £15 million. Morton's rise through Liverpool ranks. Tyler Morton has quietly carved out a reputation as one of Liverpool's most technically assured midfielders from the academy. Making his senior debut during the 2021-22 season under Jurgen Klopp, Morton impressed with his composure and passing range. He went on to feature in the Champions League and Premier League before loan spells at Blackburn Rovers and Hull City helped him gain vital first-team experience. The 2023-24 season saw him mature further with Hull, where his tactical discipline and work rate drew attention from clubs across Europe. While competition for midfield places at Anfield has intensified in recent months, Morton's stock remains high. Lyon looking for midfield reinforcements. Lyon's interest signals their intent to bolster midfield options with a player capable of dictating tempo and playing between the lines. With clubs like Braga, Ipswich, Strasbourg and West Ham also circling, Liverpool appear to have a modest bidding war in their hands. Though no deal is yet finalized, the £15 million valuation represents solid value for a player who still has significant room to develop. Sources suggest talks are advancing with Lyon leading the chase. For Liverpool, this could be an astute piece of business. Morton has come through the ranks but finds himself behind the likes of Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Curtis Jones in the current pecking order under Arne Slot. With the club always looking to maintain a balance between development and squad competitiveness, cashing in now may prove wise. Selling a homegrown player at this stage for a decent fee would also reflect well on the club's academy pipeline and its ability to generate value. Liverpool's strategy in recent windows has leaned into both youth promotion and financially responsible decision-making, and Morton's sale could be part of that wider plan. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is Arne Slot, hope evaporates as Liverpool make ruthless Alexander Isak decision after Newcastle bid rejection. Liverpool have made a decision on their pursuit of Alexander Isak after Newcastle United rejected their initial bid, according to sources, as Arne Slot's stance on signing the striker and Anthony Gordon's comments on the Swede situation come to light. Isac has fast become the most talked-about player in the summer transfer window, with Liverpool determined to bring the Newcastle and Sweden international striker to Anfield and make him an integral part of Slot's team. Liverpool approached Newcastle before they signed Hugo Ekitike, and the Reds reignited their interest in Isac as soon as they learned that the striker wants to leave, as exclusively first revealed by Team Talk's transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, on July 24. Things have moved quite rapidly since then, with Isac agreeing personal terms with Liverpool and using the training facilities at his former club Real Sociedad instead of going on a pre-season tour of Asia with his Newcastle teammates. On Friday, multiple news outlets, including Fabrizio Romano, BBC Sport and The Athletic, reported that Liverpool have made an official bid for Isac. The Magpies rejected the offer, reported by Romano to be worth £120 million, €137.8 million, $159 million, with sources telling Team Talk that Newcastle value Isac at £150 million, €172.3 million, $198.90. Isac, though, is determined to leave Newcastle for Liverpool, and this has led the Premier League champions to consider a second and improved offer for the former Sociedad star, according to two sources. According to evaporates, Liverpool are not going to wait for Newcastle to find a replacement for Isac and are now prepared to act ruthlessly to secure the signing. The Reds are planning to make a new and improved bid of £140 million, €160. 7M, $185.5 million, in total for Isac and aim to send it to Newcastle. Today, Bailey told TBR at 1:48 p.m. on August 1st. Now the opening offer has come in. Liverpool are not done. They are planning on making a new bid. They have not come this far just to let their dream target go. I am told that Arne Slot, who has fully backed this bid, having known it was coming months ago, told the club's hierarchy that it is possible he wanted him in before the start of the Premier League season, and that remains his hope. I am told that if Liverpool get above £130 million and close to £140 million, then that would likely be enough for Newcastle. However, two other sources have since claimed that Liverpool have decided to call it a day and stop their pursuit of Isac, a stance that will adversely affect Slot's plan. Journalist Ben Jacobs wrote on X at 3:53 p.m. on August 1st, exclusive, Liverpool have no plans as it stands to bid again for Alexander Isak this window. Nature of #Nufk's rebuttal means Liverpool will not follow up with a second offer. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our third news is Florian Wirtz and Jeremie Frimpong teammate makes feelings clear on Liverpool transfer. Liverpool signed Florian Wirtz and Jeremie Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen earlier this summer. Bayer Leverkusen forward Nathan Tella has backed his former teammates Jeremie Frimpong and Florian Wirtz to reach new heights after signing for Liverpool. The Reds moved quickly to sign the pair from the Bundesliga outfit in June, with Frimpong costing £29.5 million and Wirtz a club record £116 million. Already, the duo have impressed in their early outings for the Premier League champions, with Wirtz netting his first goal in Wednesday's 3-1 win over Yokohama FM before Frimpong assisted Trey Nyoni later in the game. Now, the pair's former Leverkusen colleague Tella has backed both players to hit new heights after they signed for one of the best teams in the world. Speaking to Rheinische Post Langenfeld, Tella said, "They're now playing in one of the best teams in the world. I don't need to talk much about their abilities. Everyone has seen how good they are. Now it's time for England to get to know them even better. I'm confident they can get even better, even if that seems almost impossible. We'll see great games from them." Wirtz spent 5.5 years at Leverkusen after signing from FC Köln in January 2020. During his time at the Bay Arena, Wirtz helped Die Workself win the DFB Pokal and Bundesliga double in the 2023/24 season. Frimpong, meanwhile, spent slightly less time with the Bundesliga outfit after signing from Celtic in January 2021. However, like Wirtz, he was part of the side that helped Leverkusen win the Bundesliga for the first time in May 2024. Liverpool's summer transfer window takes a dramatic turn as Sky Sports reveals talks for a £15 million midfield target. Meanwhile, Arne Slot's hopes take a hit after Newcastle rejects a major offer for Alexander Isak, prompting a ruthless response from Liverpool. Plus, a Bundesliga star linked with Wirtz and Frimpong shares his views on a potential Anfield move. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fourth news: Liverpool stance on Alexander Isak's second bid as details of offer rejected by Newcastle emerge. Liverpool are currently not intending to submit a second bid for Alexander Isak after seeing their first official offer rejected by Newcastle United. Liverpool are currently not intending to submit a second bid for Alexander Isak after seeing their first official offer rejected by Newcastle United. The Reds made an initial bid of a flat £110 million, only to be knocked back by the Magpies. The Echo understands that Liverpool currently consider it futile to return with an improved offer, given the swiftness and clarity of Newcastle's rejection. However, The Magpies now find themselves in a tricky situation after the striker had previously made it clear that he wanted to explore opportunities to leave the club. Isac did not travel with Newcastle on their pre-season tour of the Far East, after sitting out their pre-season friendly at Celtic, with his absence put down to a minor injury. But it later emerged that the 25-year-old had asked to leave the club, amid interest from Liverpool. Newcastle had been adamant throughout the summer that the striker was not for sale, with an asking price of £150 million mooted as speculation linking him with the Reds continued. That stance would have to change in order for Liverpool to come back to the table given their emphatic response to the club's initial offer. Isac has been training with his former club Real Sociedad during Newcastle's time in Asia, with the Magpies returning to the United Kingdom after they face Tottenham Hotspur in Seoul on Sunday, August 3. They will conclude their pre-season schedule by facing La Liga outfits Espanyol and Atletico Madrid on Friday, August 8 and Saturday, August 9. Newcastle had expected Isac to be available to feature in either fixture. All eyes will now be on St. James Park following Liverpool's rejected bid, to see if Isac returns to action or instead digs his heels in and tries to force through an exit. The Reds' interest in Isac is long-standing, with the Swede previously on their radar ahead of his move to Newcastle in the summer of 2022. In the first, Magpies boss Eddie Howe will inevitably be asked further questions about Isac's future in South Korea when Newcastle face Spurs. He previously insisted he had not given up hope of keeping the striker when speaking at a press conference earlier this week. "He is still our player. He's contracted to us," the Newcastle boss said. "We, to a degree, control what is next for him. I would love to believe all possibilities are still available to us. My wish is that he stays, but that's not in my full control. We have not received a formal offer for Alex, from any club. My wish is he stays and we see him playing again next year." A new monthly print edition for all LFC fans is on sale now. Welcome to Blood Red, your new monthly fix from the Echo covering all you need to know about what's happening at Liverpool FC. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Ben Jacobs drops shock update in Liverpool move for Isac after bid rejected. Liverpool's bid for Alexander Isak on Friday morning has ramped up all hopes of them signing the Newcastle United star in the coming month of the transfer window, but GivenSport understand they will not be returning with a second offer. The Reds tabled an offer, which is now understood to have been worth £110 million with no further add-ons, on Friday morning, with Isac having signalled his intentions to leave. The Magpies over the past 2 weeks, and Arne Slot's side have gone on the offensive by taking advantage of Isac's desire to leave. Despite signing Eintracht Frankfurt star Hugo Ekitike into their striking ranks, the Premier League champions could look to utilize Isac alongside him, with another testing season ahead, and all the signs pointed towards his arrival on Merseyside. However, Liverpool have no plans to bid again for Isac, as it stands. With the nature of Newcastle's rejection meaning that they won't follow up with a second offer unless the situation changes, Liverpool say that there is no second bid planned currently, despite bidding with optimism initially. Newcastle's response was deemed to be so quick and strong that another offer is not currently in the works. Newcastle are hopeful agreeing a new contract with the Sweden international, with the hope of reintegrating him into the squad ahead of their Premier League opener in 2 weeks. They could even include an agreement that would see him leave next summer, but the key to his future now rests with how the player responds to Liverpool say they could revisit their stance later in the window if the player doubles down and pushes for the move, and if Newcastle are able to find replacements, but that will only happen if the Toon give them encouragement. Liverpool will not bid again for Isac unless Newcastle indicate that they are open to a sale. As things stand, their stance is clear: Isac is not for sale. Personal terms are not thought to be an issue, should a deal get that far. Isac scored 23 Premier League goals last season, ranking only behind Liverpool star Mohamed Salah in the top goal scorer rankings, and their goals alongside creativity from the likes of Wirtz, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis Mac Allister among others could see them become a real force for many years to come. News. It's a signing that makes sense for Liverpool to complete whilst Isac is at the peak of his powers, with the chance to win trophies being his reasoning to move on, though any deal has now been plunged into doubt. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.